In just a few minutes, you're going to learn 3 tips on how to fundraise better from the one and the only Saint John Vianney. And I'm going to add an additional tip from him, well, because I usually keep things to 3, but this tip is so important from Saint John Vianney that I'm adding it in the mix. Okay, my name is Brice Sokolowski. Thank you for your attention. I run a website that is called CatholicFundraiser.net. It's a website that's completely dedicated to helping Catholics just like you with their fundraising, whether you're starting out, you're looking for new ways to fundraise, or you're trying to really enhance and take your fundraising to the next level. And I do that by finding recommendations from the saints, from the popes, from church teaching and church doctrine. Before we dive in, I want to make sure that you've already downloaded absolutely for free the 10 Commandments to Catholic Fundraising. This is a free guide that I've written, that I've added everything that I think is most essential in just 10 steps on how you can improve your fundraising. I've gotten great reviews. It's been downloaded by thousands of Catholics, and I want to make sure that you download it absolutely for free. So the link, you're going to find it below this page. Just click the link and download your free copy of the 10 Commandments to Catholic Fundraising. Okay, Saint John Vianney. I want to be looking at my notes so I absolutely don't miss anything to tell you. So if you hear me pause, if you see me pause, it's just because I am reviewing my notes, and you can get my notes from also, there's a link right below. Make sure that you check them out. Okay, you probably already know who Saint John Vianney is, but I'm just going to go through a brief bio of who he is. He was a French priest. He is the patron saint of priests. Very, very incredible man. 19th century, and just around the city of Lyon. Lyon is the large city near the Alps, the French Alps, and he was stationed there. And he's very well known because of, I would say, 2 things in particular. He was very, very faithful to his priestly duties through mortification, sacrament of confession. It's been known that he was in the confessional for hours hearing confessions. And also, the second reason he is so popular is, and I'm quoting, he spent between 11 to 12 hours each day working on reconciliation, reconciling people to God. And he would spend hours and hours and hours making sure that his parishioners, his community knew who God was, and they were becoming saintly. So this man had a work ethic, and this is going to lead into fundraising. Okay, here are the 10 recommendations from, my apologies, 3 recommendations plus a bonus from a book that I found, written actually in French, but translated in English. The link is below as well. The Life of the Curé d'Ars, the life of the priest of Ars. And I think you're really, really going to enjoy these 3 tips on how to improve your fundraising. And the first one is, and this is right out of the book. The first one is he made sure that whatever he did really aligned first with the faith. And so when he arrived in his hometown of Ars, the first thing that he saw was the parish was dilapidated and there was nobody going to church. So what's the first thing that he fixed? He fixed the high altar. So he focused his attention on the things that are actually going to bring people to God. So if you're fundraising and you're looking to really boost your mission, find that one thing that is really connected with your faith and really focus on that and improve that, just like Saint John Vianney did with his parish. Okay, the second thing that he did is he was smart about where he used funds and how he got people to help him. So it's not just about money, and Saint John Vianney shows us that, in that when he was rebuilding his parish, he got the help of a local carpenter to do some of the work. There was an old carving of the choir that was renovated and became very popular. And the carpenter did a lot of great work on this. And this was possible because Saint John Vianney instead of just going out and getting somebody and spending a lot of money, he found somebody that was local and said, this is what I want. And the local carpenter was excited to do this project that was local, and it was a win-win. So it's not just all about money, it's finding volunteers that are going to help you. The third tip is all about major donor fundraising. And Saint John Vianney explains exactly how you find a major donor. Okay, what he did was he developed a relationship with a pious nobleman just randomly on a trip. I believe he was visiting possibly his sister up in Paris, and he met a nobleman, inspired him, kept the relationship. My assumption is he didn't ask for a donation immediately right then and there, but he kept the relationship, and the nobleman enjoyed and was really inspired by this priest, and he gave him a new tabernacle, new candlesticks, a whole bunch of stuff that in the end leads us to tip number 4. So tip number 3 is major donor fundraising. You don't know where you're going to find people. Develop relationships, inspire them, keep the relationship, and you're going to benefit from it, just like Saint John Vianney. The fourth and final one is communicate and get people excited. And so Saint John Vianney, what he did was he brought people, he invited people. He was like, you need to see this parish, you need to see it renewed. He also did I believe a procession to give thanks to Our Lady. When he consecrated the altar, he made a procession, and he did it on the feast day of Saint Sixtus. So he mixed all these things together and made it super Catholic and got people inspired. And I think if you do that as well, you're going to even get more donations. So it's not just about asking people for money. Communicate with them, invite them to come and see your mission and get excited, and really, really inspire them with the Holy Spirit, just like Saint John Vianney. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I hope you found some great tips. Please share this with a friend. Please leave a comment. Let me know how I can help you with your fundraising. God love you, and I look forward to speaking with you next week.